right, we have a new meeting on April 5th at 6:30 p.m. with the EV Battery Panel at Green Charter Township. But the questions will be screened. So I have all the details on that and the flyer that was sent out to all the Green Township residents, because I think that flyer triggered this meeting. They had to respond. So welcome or welcome back. My name is Michelle, and today we have a lot of news. Today is March 13th of 2023, and tomorrow is the Green Charter Township meeting, the regular monthly meeting, March 14th at 7 p.m. at Green Charter Township. So the Green Charter Township supervisor has been very adamant at letting everybody know that Gotion is not on the agenda. It's as if he doesn't want people to show up. But at the beginning and at the end of every meeting, there's an open public discussion. Like, you can ask questions in the beginning and the end of the meeting. So please come out, ask questions. These people work for us. They just have forgotten that. I haven't forgotten that, but they certainly have. So I'm going to get into all this. The first thing I want to jump into, though, is the flyer. Boom. This is an article out of the Pioneer on the flyer that went out again to all of the residents at Green Charter Township. Before this flyer went out, the supervisor said that 90 to 95% of people were for the battery plant in Green Township, but I had doubts that 90 to 95% of people even knew about this battery plant. So I don't know who put this out, but whoever did, thank you, because now people are at least aware of this, and that's the biggest step. The biggest thing that we need to do is just make people aware. You can choose whatever you want to choose. If you're for it, then you're for it, but if you're not aware of it, then you can't be for or against it. So I'm glad whoever threw this out there to the residents. And so we're going to jump into this article. A recent anonymous flyer mailed to Green Charter Township residents is encouraging them to just say no to the proposed Gotion electric vehicle battery component manufacturing facility in Green Charter Township. I like how they've fixed that now, because people were getting upset that we're just saying a battery plant, an EV battery plant. So no, it's an EV battery component manufacturing facility, because we're just making 3/4 of the battery. The flyer references the Tuesday, March 14th Green Charter Township Board of Trustees meeting as the last chance to speak out, and asks that everyone please attend. Tell the Township Board that we love our quiet rural setting and we want to protect it, the flyer reads. And that's damn true. Additionally, it refers to potential catastrophic risks of the project, including a Chinese company buying 500 beautiful woods and farmland, 500 acres of beautiful woods and farmland, tax-free for 30 years, polluting water and air, ground contamination, releasing poisonous gases, and operating 6 days a week around the clock, among others. Yes, 38,000 gallons an hour, 22 hours a day, 6 days a week. That's the details that they released. So some details are out there, but there's a lot that isn't, and that's the thing. We have a lot of questions, and they aren't answering them, and that should be an issue, because again, these people are supposed to work for us, not for big government, not for big corporations. Green Charter Township Supervisor Jim Chapman said the flyer originated from a small group of people in the community who he believes hired a company in Georgia that does bulk mailing for companies to dispense the flyer. All speculation. Who knows? Who knows? This is a bunch of innuendos, not based in fact, Chapman said. It says next to the airport. Show me a town that doesn't have an industrial park around the airport. Endangered species habitat. Tell me what endangered species are out there. Resources will be overwhelmed. Have you talked to those folks? It is fear-mongering without any facts to back it up. You have no facts to counter these facts. You just poo-poo them. You just scoff at the people that you're supposed to be working for's concerns. Now, you might not think these concerns are relevant, but it doesn't matter. You're supposed to represent everybody in your township, and there are a lot of people that are worried about these things. And what right do you have to look down on them like that, to poo-poo their questions? I can't stand that. It's so disingenuous. And this whole, it's not on the agenda. They're just trying to make it so you don't show up. Oh, it's not on the agenda, so I'm not able to talk about it. Again, these people work for you. You should be able to ask them questions, and you should ask them questions. These younger generations, my generation and younger, we are not involved at all, and we've allowed this to happen by being complacent. I totally understand that. I have never been into politics, and I personally don't even want to get into it now. It's obviously a cesspool, but this is in my backyard, and I'm worried about it. And so I have to talk about it and just try to, again, awareness. I'm all for choice, but informed choice, informed consent. And always think for yourself. But anyway, Chapman said they are preparing for a larger crowd at the upcoming board meeting Tuesday, March 14th. I really hope there is. Please come out. Even if you don't ask any questions, come out and listen. Figure out what's going on in the township and what questions that your fellow residents have and concerns. Like, get to know them for real, in person. Because online is, there's a lot of anonymity and people aren't genuine online. We all know that. So get out there, actually meet these people that you live next to, and be nice, disagree nicely, use your voice, communicate, no violence. I never condone violence, so don't even think it. We are there to talk and to ask questions and to let our public officials know what we want, and they should want to listen to us and be concerned about our concerns. That's the appropriate response if they actually work for us, if they actually care about what we want. I digress. It is a public meeting and people are welcome to come. There are 2 public comment sections on our agenda, and people are welcome to voice their concerns. That is democracy. Yeah, I like how he says it to the paper, but when you go on the cesspool that is Facebook, he's saying it's not on the agenda. And so are other people that don't seem to want us to voice our concerns. Gotion Global Vice President Chuck Thelen told the Pioneer previously that Gotion High Tech, the parent company of Gotion Global, was founded by company chairman Li Zhen, a Chinese citizen who is an innovator and an entrepreneur, and also a member of the CCP. And I will be doing a video on that tomorrow, so look out for that. But I can give you all the proof you need that he is a member of the CCP, and his son is also a member of the CCP and the World Economic Forum. So you got to put those in there too, bud. I know you work for Gotion, though, so there's a conflict of interest. Take a shot. Every time I say conflict of interest, because it seems like I do say it a lot nowadays. And that should be concerning. There's tons of conflicts of interest around us. But anyway, it is now a publicly traded company, traded in multiple countries, Thelen said. The stock majority ownership is Volkswagen. I think they are now at 24.1% by the majority stockholders. Again, I'm going to get into this in another video, but actually, with all of the Chinese people shares put together, it's well over 24%. So it's still a Chinese company. I think they are now at 24.1%, by far the majority stockholders. They are also the majority on the board of directors. The board is majority held by Germans and Americans. How the facility in Mecosta County will be fashioned with respect to ownership is still being determined, he said, but it will be a subsidiary of Gotion Global, the global entity that brings the products anywhere outside of China. Part of Silk Road. Do you want Silk Road in your backyard? Thelen said they are working closely with the Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy to mitigate any and all environmental impacts from the facility. In researching other similar advanced battery operations, host communities indicated no issues regarding water or soil contamination from similar facilities, the company said. So yeah, no problems now, so don't worry about it. It's not like East Palestine didn't happen. The company will have on-site pre-treatment facilities for treatment of wastewater prior to any discharge into the municipal sewer system. Water quality is managed by regulations established by the local wastewater operations, EGLE, and EPA, and the company will comply with all standards. They said, oh yeah, you trust a Chinese company, EPA and EGLE? That's your choice. You can do that. You can. But you can also not. We will hire a health and safety engineer that helps us with air and water quality, Ellen said. We will bring experts on board to ensure all materials are handled properly. We will have multiple logistics engineers and environmental safety engineers working with us. Yeah, who are these experts that are going to ensure all materials are handled properly? Is it a third party, or are they going to regulate themselves? And again, do you trust that the EPA would actually regulate correctly? And yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of trust. That's the problem. And you are more than welcome to have all that trust and to want the battery plant near the Muskegon River, the beautiful Muskegon River. But you can also distrust them and not want the chemicals, and that's a valid point. It's not crazy. Anyone interested in finding out more about the Gotion project and reading the responses to some of the most frequently asked questions can access the Project Elephant Q&A at greentownship.org or bigrapidstownshipmichigan.gov. I will say that if you go to the Big Rapids Township notes, they are way better than the Green Township notes. And I thought it might be interesting really quick to see comments. Any comments? Just one. I don't trust any communist Chinese-run entity to safely operate a chemical plant smack dab in the middle of the largest watershed in the state of Michigan. I think that's a valid point. Jet train. I agree. I agree. So, this flyer that we saw showcased right here, let's see if I can bring it over. I misspelled township. It's hard to see. I am aware of that. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, hey, what's up, John? Welcome. Welcome. Thank you for watching. All right, so this is the flyer that all of the residents in Green Township received. Well, majority of them, 90 to 95%, let's hope. But as it said, the polluting water and air, ground contamination, Chinese company buying 500 acres of beautiful woods and farmland tax-free for 30 years, releasing poisonous gases, hazardous, so, I know it's hard, I'm sorry, aquatic environment and other ecosystems. Yep, so I hope that I see you there at this Green Township meeting. And again, you don't even have to ask questions, but just come and meet and greet with people so you can see that we're just all normal human beings that are living in the area that want what's best for the area. And it's okay that some people think that this is not what's best for the area. So let's see, what else do I have in store for you? The panel discussion, here we are, what you probably came for. Here's the information, battery plant panel discussion. Green Charter Township will host an informational meeting regarding the upcoming Gotion battery plant Wednesday, April 5th, 2023 at 6:30 p.m. at Green Township Hall. This will be a panel discussion consisting of representatives from a variety of fields, roads, fire hazmat, energy, wastewater, along with representatives from Gotion Inc., Ferris State University, and the Right Place Economic Nonprofit Organization. Community questions will be organized by a neutral party and presented by a moderator to the panel. Now, a neutral party, I inquired as who was this neutral party, and it's the county admin. And the county admin is none other than Paul Bullock of Mecosta County, board member of Mecosta County Development Corporation 2022 Board of Directors. So I fail to see how that is a neutral party. To me, it seems very clear that MCDC works hand in hand with the right place, and so this individual could be best friends with somebody on the right place. Like, there's obvious, it's not neutral. That's the whole point. So I think that that's disingenuous. The public is welcome to submit questions anytime between now and Monday, April 3rd. Questions may be submitted by emailing them to supervisor@greentownship.org. A page has been added to our website to type in your questions. They may also be submitted by mail, by text, or in person at the Township Hall. Why ask for submitted questions? This is good. Some residents aren't able to attend this date. Some residents aren't comfortable speaking in public. Some residents hesitate because they feel intimidated by boisterous participants. Some prefer the anonymity. It allows for an orderly presentation of most questions possible in the time frame. So yes, residents, it's because of you, residents. I'm doing this for you. It's not so that we, can not get questions that make us uncomfortable or that we don't want to answer, or it will expose us in some way as not really working for the people of this area and just care about the money. Because of course, there's a lot of money involved in this. The MCDC, MEDC, these people, the right place, they want money. And so you gotta ask, do they care more about the people or the money? What do you think? Let me know in the comments, please. Let me know. Following the panel discussion, there will be an opportunity for public comments to the Green Township Board of Trustees. So you can ask questions that are not screened to the Green Charter Township Board, but to the panel, the Ferris State University, Fire Hazmat, all of these people, screened questions only. That's what I'm getting so far. I did ask if we could ask questions in person, but of course not answered. They just answered who is the neutral party, but they did not answer if we could ask questions if we're not afraid. What if you're able to attend and you're comfortable speaking in public and you're not hesitant because you're not afraid of your local residents? So yeah, what if you want to ask questions? I would still love to know. Can I ask them questions that have not been screened? But yes, I wanted to real quick, the right place, a collaborative effort between Mecosta County, the City of Big Rapids, Ferris State University, Big Rapids Township, Mecosta Township, and other local private sector partners. Private sector spending public dollars. This is private sector having private meetings talking about how to spend our tax dollars, public tax dollars, public money. If you don't see a problem with that, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to communicate with you. Good luck to you. To facilitate and initiate economic development that expands and diversifies the Mecosta County economy, thereby creating job opportunities for area residents. In 2021, the Mecosta County Development Corporation partnered with The Right Place, West Michigan's leading economic development organization, to provide economic development services for Mecosta County. The people of Mecosta County pay The Right Place tax dollars. I don't know yet how much. That's a question that I'd like to ask. How much money does the township, each township pay? How much does the county pay The Right Place to have private meetings to figure out how to develop this area without public say? Get everything almost finalized and then spring it on the public. Because they know what's best for you. This partnership greatly enhanced the MCDC's capabilities. bringing new support and services to Mecosta companies. The fact that that companies, businesses that want to open up have to go through MCDC, that's centralization, that's subverting the Constitution. It's not good. This money and politics, just like money and war, it's the worst thing. You get money out of war and there wouldn't be war. You get money out of politics and these corrupt people wouldn't be here. And that's just the facts. Real quick, the Michigan Economic Development Corporation had an article, and I just wanted to show you what old Paul Bullock, the neutral party that's going to be screening the questions, said. This project has the potential to provide great jobs to multiple generations of our citizens who will not have to leave our community for this type of opportunity, but who will be able to stay, grow, and enrich our community through their presence. Yeah, sounds nice. Sounds like he cares. I'm going to show this one more time. This is from Michigan Capital Confidential. The most comprehensive analysis of Michigan's select incentive programs found that job announcements rarely turn into jobs. Fewer than 20% of the jobs promised when new deals are made public come into existence. Only 2.3% of deals produce as many jobs as advertised. So, I'm not going to name all these. You can see a list. The biggest pro of this battery plant are the jobs. And if the jobs aren't there, then what? Then do you still want it? If you were convinced that the 2,500 jobs might not come into fruition, then would you still want the battery plant? Please let me know in the comment section down below. I want to know your thoughts. I don't want you to ever just agree with me completely. I want you to think for yourself, always. Never outsource your thinking, okay? Never. You are a human being with the best computer in the world. Update your software and trust yourself, Gather the information and make assessments of the information for yourself. Anyway, Michigan Economic Development Corporation, which oversaw the programs, projected that these projects would create 122,785 jobs. In fact, only 13,000 materialized. That's where this 2.3% comes from. So 122,000 jobs, 13,000 materialized. That's crazy. That's a lot of money we spent on jobs that never came into fruition. Why would we do that? Why are we going to spend our tax dollars on something like this that is dangerous and silly? And all right, so I hope to see you at the meeting tomorrow. I'm going to be talking about the paradox of lithium. I think it's important to understand another reason why we don't want to be a part of this terrible supply chain is what's going on with lithium mining. So it's not just terrible for us, but it's also terrible for other parts of the world. And Nevada also. Lithium mine contentions going on. There's a lot going on with these EV batteries, so we need to stay up to date and vigilant. I appreciate you watching, and put questions that you have down below, please. I'll ask them if you can't. If you can show up, please do. And I hope to see you there. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.